Um, and I talk a lot about this little book I got, Yoga for Recovery, a practical guide for healing by the Transformation Yoga Project. I love this little book. And really, it's just a beautiful, beautiful compilation of different approaches to healing trauma through yoga and trauma and addiction. And I have trauma, addiction, and grief that I'm trying to work myself through, and this little book has just helped me immensely. Today, I want to read an excerpt that's called How Yoga Helps. This is on page 19, and here we go. The yoga practices of meditation, mindfulness, and physical postures have been proven to help us reconnect with our physical selves. Individuals in recovery may have experienced a disconnect where their addiction prevented them from acknowledging the personal problems that led them to substance abuse in the first place. With a clear and sober mind, an individual's past traumas can become harder to ignore. Facing these traumas can be scary, and without guidance can lead to relapse. The physical and meditative practice of yoga gives us the capacity to stay in the present moment and not live in our past traumas, perceived failures, or expectations for the future. Essentially, we can regain a sense of time and can keep trauma in its proper place on the timeline of our lives. The positive mental and physical impacts of a regular yoga practice can help heal the root causes of a substance use disorder and help create a firm foundation for recovery. Yoga can be another barrier to relapse. If we make yoga a priority over old unhealthy behaviors or substances, we have something to occupy ourselves with while our cravings subside. By helping us notice and connect to our physical bodies, yoga can help us reconnect to our physical selves and reorient us to the felt sensations of the body. This reconnection can awaken the livelihood that resides within all of us and allow us to receive the messages the physical body communicates to us. I'm going to read that sentence over again. This reconnection can awaken the livelihood that resides within all of us and allow us to receive the messages the physical body communicates to us. By relearning to trust bodily sensations again, we can have confidence in our ability to make healthy choices for ourselves, physically, emotionally, and socially. A yoga practice also teaches us that sensations don't last forever, that emotional and physical feelings have peaks and valleys, and the body does not have to go into survival mode to combat discomfort. Studies have shown that a regular yoga practice can actually lower cortisol levels, a hormone secreted in the fight or flight response to stress, supporting the notion that yoga helps keep us balanced and able to access rational decision making. Yoga teaches us to trust the knowledge and truth that resides within us, helping us to understand that we don't need knowledge or truth about ourselves to be defined by an outside source. We only need to uncover that which is already there. Remember, we are not advocating that yoga replace counseling or support programs, only that it can be another helpful practice for those interested. This information is here for those who take comfort in the fact that science is now supporting the positive health outcomes of a regular yoga practice. Regardless of where you are right now or how this information resonated with you, enjoy your journey of self-discovery and save space to determine for yourself how yoga supports you in your experiences within your own unique body and mind. Oh, wow. With that, let's get started. Please find a comfortable seat. Sitting up nice and tall. Bow your head slightly And if it feels okay, maybe flutter your eyes closed. I'm going to bring my hands to my heart if that feels comfortable for you. I invite you to do the same. As we practice today, let's let these words sink in, that we do not have to be defined by anything on the outside. What's on the inside is who we truly are. And there's some good and there's some bad and there's some, it's a mixed bag, right? We can just rest in the thought that we've done the best we could so far. And here's to doing the best we can with what we know. Take one more deep breath in. Exhale. Flutter those eyes open. Let's take a deep breath in, reach up. Exhale, hands come right into the heart. As we practice today, I invite you to really land in your body, how you're feeling. Just please listen to your body, and everything that I say is an invitation. It's a suggestion, an invitation. You do you, though. Listen to your body. What does it want to do today? What does it need today? Follow that. And sometimes that might be just like going into child's pose or in Shavasana and just listening. All right, tuning in. Let's do some seated cat-cows. Guide your hands out to the knees, and let's take a deep breath in and pull our heart forward. And then exhale back and just round slightly. Inhale forward. Open up. And then exhale back. Inhale, inhale, up, up, up goes the heart, extending the spine. Exhaling back, flexing the spine. One more. Inhale, lift. Maybe lift the chin on this one. Exhale back, ride back on your tailbone a little bit. Excellent. All right. If you were seated on a blanket, if it's comfortable, stay on it. Otherwise, maybe take that blanket out. And we're going to start in butterfly. Bottoms of the feet together and grab around just above the ankles. And if it feels good to flutter your wings, maybe open up those hip bones a little bit here and there. Flutter a little bit. If it feels good to just stay in a stationary butterfly, feel whichever one feels and resonates with you today. Sitting up as tall as you can, take a deep breath in, and we'll do some cat-cows again. Inhale, lifting heart. Exhaling, rounding back on that tailbone. Inhale, lifting heart. Exhale, back we go. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, back. And find yourself in Dandasana, staff pose. Extending legs out. I like to kind of dance around on my sit bones and find that spot and then just kind of massage the backs of my legs. It just seems to feel good. And then let's sit up as tall as we can. And again, you can put a blanket or a block underneath your tailbone to lift you up to make your back more comfortable if it feels like you're kind of riding back here. Let's lift the shoulders up, back, and down. Point the toes and flex the feet a few times. And then circle around at the ankles. Good. And we are going to now take those wrists and hands and warm them up. Squeeze your fingers a few times. Spread your toes if you can. I find it's really hard to control my toes as I get older because I wore a lot of high heels and I've done a little ballet, and so I've don't have the control over my toes that I want. Flare your fingers open and go ahead and just open and close the wrists a few times. And then reach the hands forward and dial. It's like you're dialing left and right, out and in. Flex the feet. And then gently lower yourself all the way down onto your back and draw the knees right into the chest. We are going to bicycle a few times, warming up those hips, pushing through the balls of your feet. And then let's reverse. Just a gentle little bicycle. Beautiful. And then draw the knees into the chest. Maybe tuck your chin and give yourself a little hug. And then extend the legs up as high as you can. And then take some air splits. And it's just a gentle opening. We're not going full on yet. We're just warming up still. And then bend the knees, place the bottoms of the feet together like a Baddha Konasana in the air, a butterfly in the air. And just hold that for a moment. And then we'll take those feet gently down and set them on the floor. And then allow the knees to widen. Arms come up in cactus, palms up, and just hold that for 2 breaths. Inhale deeply and exhale. Beautiful. One more. Exhale, and then gently draw the knees together, pull the knees into the chest, and then separate them again. Hands on each knee, and let's circle. Circle around, opening up those hips a little bit. And reverse. A little hip action here. And all we're going to do now is just tap a toe, pulling the knees into the chest. We're taking alternate toe taps to the ground. Good. And then gently extend legs, point toes, reach arms overhead, and see if you can just tighten every single muscle in your body. Make yourself an inch taller. Reach, reach, reach. Spread those ribs and relax. Exhale and just let everything fall out where it may, and just take a deep breath there. Beautiful. Okay, bring those knees in. Take them over to the side. Bring yourself up to a seated position and take cat and cow. One hand underneath. Take tabletop for prepare for cat cow. Tuck your toes, hands below the shoulders, knees below the hips. Drop your belly, lift your chin, lift your tailbone, and then exhale, tuck. And we'll do that again. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tuck. And now let's find some movement with this. Let's move forward. Inhale, drive and dive forward on the cow. And then exhale and round on the way back. Dive forward, lift that heart. And then exhale and round. Inhale. It's almost like you're making a full circle. Round. Inhale, scoop. Exhale, round. One more time. Inhale, scoop. Exhale, round. And hold yourself there. And just take yourself side to side. So warming up, and make sure you're placing the weight, evenly distributing the weight between the 4 corners of your palm and all the fingers and knuckles, the back sides of your knuckles. And then flare your hands out, fingertips out to the sides. Now, if this is too uncomfortable for your wrist, of course, don't do it. And we're going to go side to side, just gentle movement, slow and easy. And then find yourself in the center and take it front and back. And then this won't be for everyone, turning the fingers back and stretching the wrist that way. I recommend doing one side at a time. And then turn that around. Face the fingers to the back on the other side. We'll stretch there for your wrist. Tone your abdominals. And let's stretch underneath as well. Stretch those wrists. And other side. Tuck that wrist. Just stretch the other side. Beautiful. Okay. We're going to take a quick little puppy pose. So walk the hands out in front of you. Keep your hips right over your knees and drop that chest towards the ground. Tent your fingers out in front of you. Maybe you place your forehead on the ground. Maybe you place it on a block. Maybe you actually try to bring your throat towards the ground. That's more advanced. I don't recommend it if your neck bothers you. Holding that puppy pose, stretching those arms out in front of you. Excellent. Bring yourself back up and then take a spinal twist. Take your right arm, reach all the way up. And then exhale, sneak it through underneath and bring your right ear and your right shoulder to the ground. Walk your left hand above your head along the ground and then bump your hips over to the right. Tone your abdominals. As you're here, if you want to take a bind, take that left arm, reach it all the way up and around, wrap it around, and sneak your fingers into the right hip crease. And keep bumping your hips over to the right a little bit. And just hold that deep breath. One more. Open that left shoulder. And release. Unwind, plant that left hand, reach that right arm up, counter twist, and exhale back down to tabletop. And we'll get the other side. Left arm reaches all the way up, 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 up to the sky. Exhale, thread the needle, bring the left shoulder down, left ear, walk the right hand above the head. Bump your hips to the left if you like. Take a deep breath here. If you want to take that bind, take that right hand, sneak it or wrap it around the low back, tuck those fingers in to the left hip crease, and then pull that right shoulder open if that's available. Taking deep breaths, feeling that big twist. Deep breath. Exhale, plant that right hand, unwind. Reach that left arm to the ceiling, counter twist. Excellent. Place your elbows and forearms and hands on the ground. We'll take a dolphin posture now. Support yourself with your forearms and your hands and your elbows, and then tuck your toes and lift the hips. Tuck the head down. I like to stay up on the balls of my feet and kind of roll through, stretching through my calves. Please feel free to make this yours, any version of dolphin that feels good for you. Bend the knees generously if that feels good. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, set the knees, untuck the toes, and then walk the knees back until you are in Sphinx, setting your rib cage on the ground, lifting your heart, anchoring your elbows, pulling the shoulders down, widening those collarbones. Take a deep breath in here in your Sphinx, tops of the feet pushing into the ground. Deep breath. I like to tuck my chin a little bit as well. Take a nice deep breath here. Exhale and bring yourself all the way down. Make a pillow with your hands stacked on one another. Place your forehead on your pillow and just relax your backside. Let's take a breath here. It's nice to stretch and relax and release. This yoga practice, it's very much a mix of effort and ease, and it's really challenging to relax when you start going. It's really good practice to breathe and see how quickly you can allow yourself to relax. As you're ready, place your hands right by your shoulders, kind of behind your shoulders. Plug in your elbows and then place that forehead back on the ground. We're going to take a mini cobra. Take a deep breath in and peel your forehead off the ground and maybe your chest. And then exhale back down. And we'll do that one more time. Deep breath in as you peel forehead. Keep those elbows plugged into the ribcage. Lifting up, maybe pushing into your hands at the last moment. Exhaling down. Now, let's widen the hands. And I like to tent my fingers. You can palm the floor or tent your fingers. And we'll take a wide arm cobra, baby cobra or cobra. Here we go. Inhale, lift. Maybe a little higher this time. Maybe pushing into your fingers if that feels right. Exhale all the way down. And we'll do that again. Inhale, lift. And exhale down. So take a break or try that one more time. Inhale, lift. Peeling your forehead, chest, and then pushing in. Exhaling all the way down. Beautiful. Reach your arms in front of you, and like we did on our backs a moment ago, point the toes, pull the fingers, make your body long, squeeze your backside, stretch, 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 and then relax. Just relax. Deep breath. Lift your head and see if your right hand can reach your right ankle. If not, that's okay. Just reach towards it. And then release that. And then try the other side. And then release that. And then just reach for those ankles. We're not going to do anything yet, but just reach and see if you can touch. And then plant the hands, tuck the toes, bring yourself up to hands and knees. And we're going to take down facing dog. So find that tabletop, tuck your toes, take a deep breath in. Exhale, lift up into down facing dog, and just pedal this out. One heel down, then the other. As one heel drops, the opposite knee drops. And I like to allow my hips to kind of dance around and kind of play with it. Some people can call it a dancing dog. Be creative and playful and curious in your practice. Think outside the lines sometimes, as long as it's safe. When you can, drop your head a little lower, let your neck relax, and then draw the heels towards the ground. They don't have to touch, and bend those knees as much as you feel you need to. Make sure you're evenly distributing your weight between your wrists and your hands and your fingertips. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale, bend the knees, crouching bear. So you're going to drop your hips. The shins come parallel to the ground or somewhere close to parallel. You're really getting low to the ground if your legs will allow that. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, back up to down facing dog. And then bend the knees one more time. Look between the thumbs and baby step to the top of the mat. Hold your forward fold. Grab opposite elbows and maybe a little ragdoll. Just a little sway back and forth, a little pendulum action here. Be loose and free. And then just be heavy. Find yourself in the middle. When you're ready, root down to rise to the top, spreading those arms like angel wings all the way up, and then exhale, hands right into your heart. And hold. And just arrive here at the top of the mat into Dasana. Hands can be at your sides or at your heart or wherever you feel comfortable. Let's close our eyes for a moment and tune in here now that we're upright. Tadasana is a very powerful posture in that we're grounded, we're rooted into the ground, we're strong and powerfully rooted, yet we're very uplifted in the crown of the head. So we've got this incredible opposition of forces. Let's take one more deep breath in here with our eyes closed. Beautiful. And flutter those eyes open. Okay, standing in Tadasana, take a deep breath in, reach those arms up. And exhale, hands down and around. And let's just go to the heart and then back up again. Deep breath in, reach up, adding a baby back bend. Exhale the hands back to the heart. And let's do that again. Deep breath in, lift up. Reaching baby back bend. And then exhaling to a forward fold. Sweeping down. And then allowing your head to be heavy. Again, this is really important that you allow your head to be heavy. If you need to support above your knees so that your head can relax, your neck can relax, I really recommend that. Do what you need to do to let your neck have a little break today, a little cervical decompression. Allow your arms to come back down and take a deep breath into a half lift. Pull the sternum forward. Exhale, forward fold. And then inhale, root down to rise to the top. And then exhale, hands to the heart. And we'll do that again. Deep breath in, lift. Reaching up. Baby back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale, plant your hands to the floor. Step back to hands and knees. And we're going to go knees, chest, chin to the ground. So shift your weight forward. Now, I like to drop my hips, but this is not available for everyone, I understand. So keep your hips up if you need to, and just go knees, chest, chin that way. Otherwise, if you can go this way, lower yourself down. And I mean this way by coming forward first. Sorry. You're probably trying to not look up. All right. So let's take that wide finger and hand placement. Cobra again. Inhale, lift up, and see if you can get a little higher now that we've warmed up a little more. And then exhale down. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, lifting up. Maybe higher, maybe not. Exhale down. And now let's put the forehead on the ground. Reach for your right ankle. See if you can grab it. Reach for your left. See if you can grab it. If not, no worries. Just reach. And then wherever you are, lift your heart. And then exhale back down. If you're able to grab, inhale, lift. Exhale down. Bow pose, Dhanurasana. Inhale, lift chest, lift knees if you can, arch your back. Exhale down. This is not for everyone. Inhale one more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale down. Take child's pose. All the way up and back. Knees wide, feet together. Lower your heart, lower your forehead. Extend your arms. Sit the booty right on those heels and see if you can just breathe and relax. Relax. I find it really helps if I focus on my breath here. It helps me to sink into the floor a little deeper, especially on the exhales. If I focus on breathing out slowly, melting into the floor like ice to water. So we started on our backs today after our seated position. So we're going to end in child's pose, or if you want to lie on your stomach, or if you prefer to go on your back, that's fine too. Otherwise, you can just stay here in child's pose or flip over and find the shavasana of your choice as I read to you a little affirmation. Just breathe and fully melt into the floor, finding that peace, finding that surrender, and finding that, as we talked about in the beginning, that really, really tuning into your body and really feeling it. Feel your body. Feel how it feels to be in your body and embracing the feelings and the sensations. And even if it's difficult, maybe just facing them for a moment and then letting it go. It's kind of neat to explore the difficult challenges. I've been finding that a lot in my grief recovery space. As you're ready, soften something maybe between your eyebrows in your child's pose. If your legs start to bother you, again, feel free to sit or lie on your back, however you're comfy. And I will read now an affirmation. It's a couple sentences long. Maybe after I read it, you can repeat it to yourself. See how it lands. See if some words resonate and some don't. And it is what it is, just no judgment. So softening between your brows. Maybe soften your jaw. And maybe repeat to yourself after me. I love and approve of myself. I see myself and what I do with eyes of love. I deserve to rejoice in life. I accept all the pleasure life has to offer. I release the old and welcome the new. I am flexible and I am safe. I am one with all of life. I create a life filled with rewards. I am blessed. Let's take another couple breaths. You're welcome to stay there. Keep your eyes closed. Shavasana is very individual. It can be 5 minutes long, 20 minutes long, as you like. Usually the longer the practice, the longer the Shavasana. But it doesn't matter. It's really what your body needs, what your soul needs, what your heart wants. You get to choose. Let's take 2 more deep breaths. Wherever you are, maybe bring your hands to your heart. Maybe bringing, if you're on your stomach, then just stay where you are and just be comfy. And let's say that last affirmation again. I am blessed. And if you feel like you want to stay in Shavasana, please feel free to stay as long as you need to. For those of you that are done, take a nice deep breath in. Exhale. Flutter your eyes open as you're ready. If you decide to come up to a seated position, please feel free to make your way. If you're done with your practice, no matter where you are, I want to say thank you for joining me. And I'm truly blessed to have yoga in my life, to have this healing practice a huge part of my healing journey, and to be really blessed with people like you who are here to share it with me and to heal right along with me, because we can't do it alone. We've got to do this together. So with that, I am blessed. Thank you for joining me. Namaste. If you found today's practice helpful, please subscribe so that you're notified of my next video. Thank you.